Hi everyone and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide News Update. Now Gröna Lund, located in Stockholm, Sweden, is one of my favourite amusement parks anywhere in the world. It's got so many awesome rides, a beautiful location, and what really makes it is how compact the park is. Rides have literally been designed and built on top of each other. It's a beautiful design, and how it's grown and developed over the years really is fantastic. I definitely recommend checking out our Gröna Lund vlogs here on the channel if you haven't already seen them. We last visited a couple of years ago, and honestly it's a wonderful park, it really is, with so many awesome attractions. And what really makes it is just how compact it is. Well, what's really exciting is that Gröna Lund have now revealed more information on their future expansion plans. Now, we first heard about this a few years ago. It was actually back in 2021 when the park shared that they wanted to expand more. However, we didn't have loads of detail. There was some early concept arts, but now just a few days ago the park have shared the exact details about what they plan on building. And you know what, this looks absolutely fantastic and is set to take to the park to another level. Now, in terms of this expansion, like I said, the park is very compact, it's very small, even though it's got so many awesome rides. This is actually a large expansion to the amount of land used for the park itself. Now, right next door to Gröna Lund there is a car park. That's where this new expansion is going to be built, and yeah, you're going to be able to access it via a bridge from the main park. It's quite interesting how it works round by Gröna Lund. Lovely location by the water, but you've got a lot of like public footpaths and that sort of thing all around there as well that have to remain open to everyone. You've got like the little ferries that run around, public transportation. So yeah, they've got to leave access, so they can't kind of close that in with the park, if it makes sense. So they're going to build a bridge over that, so there'll be like the ferry terminal, this bridge running over that connects the two parts of the park. And then also as well, it looks like they're going to build at least one, maybe two more entrances into Gröna Lund as well, because basically the park will then be in two parts, which is fascinating. I mean, you know, it's a unique park anyway, but the fact they're going to do that is brilliant. Now, all the details about the theme for this area sound really exciting. We've also got 3 new concept images, so we'll have a look at those as well. But yeah, the theme of this is going to be inspired by the 1897 Stockholm World's Fair that actually took place in this location. I think that's really nice how the park are having a nod to the past there and what used to be at that site. That's brilliant, and I never actually realised that before either, so I think that's really nice how they're going down that route. Along with that, a lot of technological innovations such as the automobile, electric lighting, moving pictures, and also industrially produced foods like hot dogs and ice cream, liking the sound of that, were all kind of shown at that exhibition. So I do really like the fact they're going down this route, and it fits perfect, doesn't it, with an amusement park. Now, with the theming for this area, it looks like it's going to be insane. Lots of heavy detailing. Straight away, the concept art reminded me out of something that we might see from Phantasialand. I mean, I know they don't really release concept art there, but the themed area itself, what we're looking at here, looks very similar to that. It seems like it's going to be very closed in, lots going on all around, a bit like Ruckberg, Phantasialand, Klugheim, them areas, you know, where you're standing in them, you've got a coaster running around, but you've also got other attractions and theming and restaurants and shops that all come together to create an overall package. So this looks great, and I'm really liking the theme for this as well. And we'll talk more about the theming that we can see as we show these concept arts. Now, in terms of a time frame for this, a couple of years ago it was mentioned that, you know, they want this open by 2028, so we could be a few years away from this unless they've brought that forward now to kind of drive more attendance. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, 2028 is looking like the latest for this, but the plans have been submitted now, and the first kind of phase of this is building the perimeter buildings around this park. Bear in mind, it's literally a car park at the moment. They kind of want to close it in, make it part of the park before we start seeing vertical construction on the coaster and the other details that are going to make up this area. So yeah, the buildings around the perimeter look like they're going to borrow a lot of kind of architectural elements from nearby historical buildings. That's the thing with Stockholm, there's some gorgeous architecture. It's actually one of my favourite cities in the world. I love Sweden, but Stockholm's great. So it's really nice how they're going back to this kind of exhibition that happened, but also thinking about the architecture in the area to make it all blend really nice, because there's some beautiful buildings around that area, nice bridges and parks sidewalks, all the waterways. So they really want it to fit with the surrounding area, which is fantastic. And I'm sure that also means it'll be easy for them to get the permissions to build all of this as well. Then once they've done the perimeter, that's when they'll continue on with the rides and the rest of the themed area in the middle. And I'm sure we'll see that bridge built over the top and connecting it all together. Now, we've got 3 new concept images. They're really heavily detailed. There's lots going on to talk about. So let's take a look. Here we go. So the first image just here is like a full overview of this new land that they want to build. You can see the bridge that I've been talking about off to the right-hand side there as well, that connects the 2 parts of the park. Along with that, you've also got this lovely boardwalk. Like I say, Gröna Lund is surrounded by water. It's a gorgeous location. And the fact they want to kind of expand on the boardwalk is really nice. You can see a lot of lighting down there, possibly another entrance from the front into like an exhibition hall by the looks of it. They also looks like there's going to be lots of seating down there, and just generally a nice place to relax and take in the fantastic views looking out over the water. Now, the main thing that may have drew to your attention there, it just certainly did for me, is the huge roller coaster that we can see there as well. Heavily expected to be a Vekoma roller coaster. However, it does seem like there's a few manufacturers that are in the running for this, from what the park have said. No official confirmation yet that it will be Vekoma, but looking at the layout for this, it certainly does seem that way. Now, Vekoma, a Dutch company, have produced some amazing rides these past few years, some amazing coasters, especially in Europe. I'm sure that the owners of Gröna Lund Parks and Resorts Scandinavia have been looking at what they've been doing and thinking, yeah, we'd like a piece of the action. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do go for Vekoma. It certainly looks like that from the plans, but anything can change at this stage until we get the official confirmation from the park. What you can see though is that this definitely looks like it's going to be launched, at least 1 launch, possibly even 2. You can also see numerous inversions on there as well. And from having a little scoot about with what Vekoma have been releasing these past few years, they posted on social media a coaster model known as the Airtime Trebuchet. It certainly looks like it could be one of those from what we can see just here. I do remember that the owner of the park did state possibly a world first for this as well recently. So yeah, that could be interesting. Some sort of world first element, or the ride itself, and what could be built on this site. So that'd be nice, especially with it being based on like this big kind of expo that happened. I think that'd be a great kind of throwback to that, you know, innovating and saying, yeah, we've got this world first element as part of this as well. So yeah, that's certainly very interesting. Now, in terms of the coaster itself, I mean, it looks awesome. The layout looks fantastic. It looks huge. It intertwines with the rest of the park. Well, this side of the park anyway, with it being in 2 halves when this expansion opens. And just in general, it looks like it'll be a really nice park, an area around here. Now, what you can see from the coaster as well is kind of how it's diving in and out of buildings and all the way around. That's what the rest of the park feels like. So I'm really pleased to continuing that with this new area, because I love the fact that Gröna Lund's really compact. If this new area didn't feel like that, it wouldn't really fit in, you know, so it'd be nice that that's all going to be compact as well from what we can see here in the concept art. It's not just the coaster though in terms of rides. You can see a flat ride there, looks like some sort of maybe a Zamperla spinning flat ride just down there as well. Along with that, you can see there's a monorail throughout the area. We get a closer look at that in another image in just a moment. Yeah, this monorail looks like it'll offer a nice aerial view across all of this land as well. Let's move on then to the second concept image from Gröna Lund just here. And yeah, look at this. I mean, you can see the other part of the park there in the background. You can see a look over towards Monster, the B&M inverts just there as well. And that just kind of shows, you know, how it's in 2 halves, because in the middle of that is this street that needs to be kept open for access to the ferry and the public transportation. So yeah, very interesting how they want to design this. Now, along with that, you get another look there at the boardwalk, which looks fantastic all down the front. Again, a close-up look at the seating, then different buildings down there as well. Possibly some different restaurants along the waterfront. A big part of the park is food and beverage. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of dining options, even though it's quite a small compact park. There's a lot of quick service, but also quite a few restaurants as well. So I reckon that would be the case with this. They also mentioned some sort of exhibition hall as well, as a nod, as a bit of a throwback to the 1897 Stockholm World's Fair. So that's possibly what we could see with that nice arched building there as well. All the colours, all the architecture look really nice, especially facing the waterfront just there as well. Something that I have noticed, something that the rest of the park doesn't have loads of, is trees. And this area, it looks like like it's going to have a lot of trees, a lot of landscaping. I think that's mainly because the other side of the park, you know, has just grown so fast over the years, and lots of rises being built on top of each other and that sort of thing. Probably lost some trees along the way, and they want to bring that back in with the landscaping here, which I think looks fantastic. As we make our way into this third and final image, possibly the most detailed one out of the three, I mean, look at this. The theming looks amazing. You can see why I'm feeling kind of Fantasyland vibes with the look of this. Straight away, you've got that massive fountain, multiple tiers there. That looks awesome. There's like a splash pad in front of that as well. Now, what really intrigued me was if you look on the right-hand side of the image, you can see that billboard, which looks like coaster track on there. And then also maybe a first look at what they want the train to look like. I mean, you know, just a shout from what we can see there. Certainly looks like that could be a design for the coaster train, or an early look at what they'd like to do. And in terms of the colour schemes for this, like a nice gold track, this kind of innovating, inspirational area, lots of greens in there, lots of white. It looks like a really nice area, so much going on, and if this ends up opening, which I'm sure it's going to in the next few years, then yeah, what we're looking at here is a very, very immersive themed area, possibly one of the best ones out there anywhere in the world. It's already one of the world's best amusement parks in my opinion, so the fact they want to add this area is very promising. Along with that, you also get a detailed look there at the monorail attraction that they want running around the area. You can see there's a play area there in the background. There's so much going on in that image. There could be more than 3 rides. I mean, that's what we can see, 3 rides, the large coaster, the flat ride and the monorail. There could be more hidden away. There could be a dark ride even in one of them buildings. We don't know the exact details, but they have shared a lot more information a few days ago regarding this expansion. Like I say, it could be a few years away, possibly as late as 2028, but the plans are going in now. The first phase is going to be building that perimeter around this part of the park, and then it'll be onwards and upwards with the next investments coming into this area as part of a huge expansion for Gröna Lund. Let me know your thoughts down below in the video comments. Lots of exciting announcements going on both here in the UK, Europe, America and around the rest of the world. Lots to look forward to in the theme park industry at the moment. But I'm Sean Sandbrook, thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. We'll see you in the next video.